Hello, welcome to another episode of Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance presents Beyond the Boundary, powered by Alesta. In this episode, we talked with the White Ferns bowler Kayley Knight. Let's see how the conversation unfolded. How did your cricketing journey begin?
So my parents have always loved cricket, and my mum herself played for Northern Districts Women. So I grew up in a household always watching cricket, always playing cricket in the backyard, and ever since I could at school, I just started playing and moving up the ranks every year till eventually I got picked up by MD and just gone on from there.
Okay, and who was your first coach?
So my first coach was actually my mum. I come from quite a small place in New Zealand, so she coached all the only girls cricket team there was. So it's pretty cool to have such a close connection with her being my mum and my coach.
Okay, can you tell more about her? As in what has she played and how?
So she played domestic cricket for Northern Districts. So she's an off-spin bowler, and it's basically it. She coaches cricket in Gisborne, where I'm from.
Okay.
Because there's not much girls cricket there, and she's just always coached me.
Were you inspired to take bowling through her?
Yeah, so when I was little, I always used to run in really far and want to bowl really fast when I was little, and that kind of came from there because I was like quite tall for my age when I was younger and skinny, and I was just like, I want to bowl fast like my heroes that I saw on TV, like Trent Boult, Sophie Devine. So I looked up to them, and Mum just encouraged it more through coaching.
The role models, were they the factor that you picked fast bowling?
Yeah, I guess. I never really spun the ball. I only would bowl spin just for fun, really. I always was more attracted to the pace bowling side of things.
And how was your first year at Cricket Academy?
My first experience.
Yeah.
So we had this event in Gisborne called Friday Night Cricket. So little primary school groups, you'd go in your school t-shirt and you'd go down. There'd be cones to hit off, and fielders would stand on cones, and it'd just be like a great little experience for kids to get into cricket. And that's when I first really got into it, probably from the age of 5.
That's a very interesting story. You played for Northern District. Like, how much of an impact did Northern District had in your group?
So Northern Districts, the women's team picked me up from age group cricket,
Right.
which is where I came up from. And basically to be put into a group with a whole bunch of players who've experienced a lot of cricket, and to be around coaches and to be around players who've had great coaches and had great facilities and all those things growing up, which I hadn't, was really eye-opening and really created this like vision for me that cricket really can be something really awesome. So those things taught me quite a lot.
You must have, I'm assuming you must have had that starstruck moment when you would have met one of many of the senior players who have represented the White Ferns. Did it happen, or something of that kind happen?
Mainly when we play against teams. I am known to be quite the fangirl, and I get made fun of quite a bit, but I'll see players like Susie Bates and Sophie Devine, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, and I'll get really excited and like nervous, but I'd never talk to them. But it's just so cool to be able to play against those players who I watch on TV and would want to be. So
how is training with the coach, Sarah?
Good question. Yeah. So having her as our coach is obviously incredible. Like, being a White Fern herself and having so much experience with cricket at such high levels, and to have all her knowledge that she very discreetly passes on to us is really cool. She's not the loudest of coaches, but she's definitely got so much knowledge to share, and it's really showing. It's going to show throughout this group, hopefully through our performances at the World Cup.
Talking about your bowling, how do you think South African conditions will assist you?
So I've had word from one of my teammates who's from South Africa that pitches in Potchefstroom can tend to be quite good for batsmen, like roads, you could almost say. So I'm hoping there's a bit of pace with them, because that's always good as a fast bowler. You want a quick wicket, and to be able to play on a pitch in South Africa will just be cool to learn from. Thinking it could be quite good to bowl a lot of change-ups on, which is really exciting for T20 cricket.
Do you think the experience of India you had recently will come to good use in South Africa?
Yeah, definitely. I've learnt a lot in these past couple months after travelling and then coming home and playing Super Smash. It's really good to be able to adapt to all the different conditions, and it's really teaching me a lot as a cricketer. So it'll definitely be helpful going to the World Cup, having all these new learnings.
You played against West Indies. Do you think you are more familiar with that team now?
Yeah, definitely. A couple games against the West Indies was really cool to start off our tour over in India, but they're a really cool side and they gave us a challenge. So it's cool that they're in our group, and I think it'll be good to come up against them again and hopefully come off well.
Kayley, how do you unwind from cricket?
Me, in the off season, usually I quite enjoy playing football. I'm just like cricket to the side, and I'll play football for a few months, and I really get into that. I've had quite a few opportunities with football, but chose cricket as I just love it. So footy's a chance for me to unwind, and then just things like just sitting on the couch and watching some TV is really good during the season to just have a break. Even though it's often cricket on the TV, it's still a good way to unwind.
How has been your football career like?
So I'd always just play Saturday morning footy at home, and then eventually I played rep football, so we travelled to play other places. Then I got picked up for a team to go to Sydney to play when I was younger, so I went and did that, but kind of strayed away from it when I was getting better and better at my cricket. So I just chose to keep football as more of a, you could say, just a hobby, something for fun rather than so serious, yeah.
After the Under-19 World Cup, there's a Senior World Cup, and then after that there is Women's IPL. Are you excited for Women's IPL?
I think it'll be really cool to watch. Like, this is the first one, right?
Yeah, this is the first one.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to see who gets picked as well. Like, I hope quite a few of the Kiwi girls get to go over there. Some of our younger ones too maybe will be interested in looking at it, but I think it'll be a good opportunity for people all over to go and play in those conditions.
Is there any...
Cool.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Done.
Is there any favorite team of yours?
Oh, not really.
Okay.
I don't keep up too much, but...
Alright. Thank you, Kayley, for joining again. I had a lovely time talking to you. All the best for the Under-19 World Cup, and hope you have a great tournament. And
cool.
You keep pulling off great performances ahead as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.